Hello all, welcome to fall 2021 semester. We are going to kick off this semester with chapter 7, skin structure, growth, and nutrition. After learning chapter 7, you will be able to describe the structure and composition of the skin, list the 6 functions of the skin, name the classes of nutrients essential for good health, also identify the food groups and dietary guidelines recommended by the USDA, as well as list and describe the vitamins that can help the skin. Why study skin structure, growth, and nutrition? Knowing the skin's underlying structure and basic needs is crucial in order to provide excellent skincare for your clients. You will need to recognize adverse conditions, including skin diseases, inflamed skin, and infectious skin disorders, so that you can refer clients to medical professionals for treatment when necessary. 21st century skincare has entered the realm of high technology, so you must learn about and understand the latest developments in ingredients and state-of-the-art delivery systems in order to help protect, nourish, and preserve the health and beauty of your client's skin. No matter how advanced the latest skincare technology may be, you still have to learn how to care for your client's skin and know what you should do to keep it healthy. That means you must study the structure of the skin, how skin grows, and why it is important to maintain a healthy diet. Know that the largest organ of the body is the skin. Also, that what we put into our body reflects through our skin. So whether that's good habits, good eating habits, healthy foods, or unhealthy foods, that shows through our skin. You need to know from here on out, as a cosmetologist, you cannot diagnose, prescribe, or provide any type of treatment for clients that have abnormal conditions, illnesses, or diseases. If you come across a client with a condition or an illness or disease of the skin, you need to get with your instructor, have them take a look at it, and then also let the client know, I cannot service you until we get this cleared by the doctor, just to be on the safe side. For skincare concerns, you always want to refer your clients with any concerns to dermatologists. Of course, this is the main physician that we will be referring, okay? Who does what? Dermatology is the medical branch of science that deals with the study of the skin and its nature, structure, functions, diseases, and treatment. A dermatologist is the physician who specializes in diseases and disorders of the skin, hair, and nails. A cosmetologist is one skilled in the cleansing, beautification, and health preservation of the skin. An esthetician specializes in cleansing, beautification, and health preservation of the skin. And in North Carolina, you as a cosmetologist are allowed to perform aesthetic services Have you ever? I want you to recount times when and if you've ever visited a dermatologist. Think about the reason why you went to the dermatologist and how the doctor helped solve the problem. Also, when have you visited a cosmetologist? Have you had a specific conversation about your skin? Also an esthetician. Have you had a facial or a body treatment? How did that experience go? Were they able to help you find a skincare regimen that would benefit you? I want you to think about those things. Okay, so here are some skin specs you want to know. The skin is the largest and one of the most important organs of the body. It covers 3,000 square inches. It weighs 6 to 9 pounds. It also protects muscles, bones, and nerves. It gives our body form. It's a barrier against the environment. And you should also know that healthy skin should be free of visible signs of disease, infection, or injury. Here we have healthy versus unhealthy skin. Healthy skin is slightly moist, it's soft and flexible, smooth and fine-grained. The surface is slightly acidic, and immune responses that react quickly to organisms that touch or try to enter. Your unhealthy skin is going to appear extremely dry or oily. It's also going to be dull. You could have clogged pores, rough skin, or even broken skin. Did you know that calluses are caused by continued pressure? Appendages of the skin include your hair, nails, and sudoriferous, which are sweat, and sebaceous, which are oil glands. And also, fun fact, the skin of the scalp has larger and deeper hair follicles, which accommodate for longer hair. So the skin is composed of 3 main layers of the skin. This diagram shows the epidermis, which is the outermost layer of the skin, the dermis, and also the subcutaneous layer. We will be talking about the epidermis and the dermis throughout this chapter. The epidermis has 5 layers. The first layer, which is the outermost layer, is the stratum corneum. This is the horny layer. Its scale-like cells are constantly shedding and replacing. Cells contain the protein keratin. The cells combine with lipids to make a stratum corneum, which is protective, water-resistant. The complex of the lipids between the cells is known as the barrier function, whose purpose is to keep the skin moist by preventing water evaporation and to guard against irritants penetrating the skin surface. Your second layer of the epidermis is the stratum lucidum. This is a clear, transparent layer under the stratum corneum. It consists of small cells through which light can pass. This layer is thick on the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. The third layer of the epidermis is the stratum granulosum, also known as the granular layer. In this layer of the epidermis, that is composed of cells that look like granules and are filled with keratin. The cells die as they are pushed to the surface to replace dead cells that are shed from the stratum corneum. The fourth layer of the epidermis is the stratum spinosum. This is a spiny layer just above the stratum germinativum. The spiny layer is where the process of skin cell shedding begins. The stratum germinativum, also known as the stratum basale or the basement of the epidermis, is the deepest layer of the epidermis. This is the live layer of the epidermis that produces new epidermal skin cells and is responsible for the growth of the epidermis. This is where our melanocytes, which produce the dark skin pigment called melanin, is housed. The dermis is the second layer of skin. It's the underlining inner layer of skin. Housed in the dermis is the papillary layer, is the outermost layer of the dermis, lying directly beneath the epidermis. It contains small cone-shaped projections of elastic tissue that point upward to the epidermis, called papillae. Some papillae contain looped capillaries and others contain small epidermal structures called tactile corpuscles, with nerve endings that are sensitive to touch and pressure. This layer also contains melanocytes, the pigment-producing cells. The top of the papillary layer, where it joins the epidermis, is called the epidermal-dermal junction. The reticular layer is the deeper layer of the epidermis that supplies the skin with all of its oxygen and nutrients. It contains the following structures: fat cells, sudoriferous glands, blood vessels, hair follicles, lymph vessels, erector pili muscles, sebaceous glands, and nerve endings. Your third layer of skin is the subcutaneous tissue. This is the fatty layer found below the dermis. It's also called the adipose or subcutaneous tissue. It varies in thickness according to age, sex, and general health. It gives smoothness and contour to the body. It contains fats for energy and acts as a protective cushion for outer skin. The fluids of the skin are blood and lymph. Blood delivers nutrients and oxygen to the skin and takes away cellular waste products and also carbon dioxide. Nutrients are molecules from food such as protein, carbohydrates, and fats. These nutrients are necessary for cell life, repair, and growth. The second fluid of the skin is lymph. Lymph is the clear fluids of the body that bathe the skin cells. They remove toxins and cellular waste and have immune functions that help protect the skin and body against disease. Networks of blood arteries and lymph vessels in the subcutaneous tissue send their smaller branches to hair papillae, hair follicles, and skin glands. 3 nerves of the skin. First, we have our motor nerve fibers. They are distributed to the erector pili muscles attached to the hair follicles. Motor nerves carry impulses from the brain to the muscles. Your second nerve is the sensory nerve fibers. They react to heat, cold, touch, pressure, and pain. These send messages to the brain. The third is the secretory nerve fibers. They are distributed to the sweat and oil glands of the skin. They regulate the excretion of perspiration from sweat glands and control the flow of sebum to the surface of the skin. Sense of touch. The papillary layer of the dermis houses the nerve endings that provide the body with the sense of touch, pain, heat, cold, and pressure. Nerve endings are most abundant in your fingertips. Complex sensations, such as vibration, seems to depend on the sensitivity of a combination of these nerve endings. Can you recount a time when your skin reacted to heat, cold, touch, pressure, or pain? What was your reaction? What was the skin's reaction to that? Think about that. Skin color depends primarily on melanin. Melanin is the tiny grains of pigment or coloring matter that are produced by melanocytes and then deposited into cells in the basal layer or the germinativum layer of the epidermis and the papillary layers of the dermis. Pheomelanin is your red to yellow in color or light colored skin. Eumelanin is dark brown to black or dark colored skin. Melanin helps protect sensitive cells from the sun's UV light, but it does not provide enough of protection to prevent skin damage. Daily use of a broad-spectrum sunscreen with a sun protectant factor of 15 or higher can help the melanin protect the skin from burning, skin cancer, and premature aging. SPF is recommended for all skin colors, no matter how much melanin or how little melanin you have. Broad spectrum means that the sunscreen product has been shown to protect against both UVA and UVB rays from the sun. Strength and flexibility of the skin. Two structures, collagen and elastin, make up 70% of the dermis and give strength, form, and flexibility to the skin. Collagen is a fibrous protein that gives the skin form and strength. Healthy collagen fibers allow skin to stretch and contract. If fibers become weakened, skin can lose tone and suppleness, and it can wrinkle or sag. Elastin is a protein base similar to collagen that forms elastic tissue. It gives the skin flexibility and elasticity. It helps the skin regain its shape even after repeated stretching and expanding. Both types of fibers are important to the overall health and appearance of the skin. As we age, gravity causes the fibers to weaken. In the end, a loss of elasticity results in sagging skin. A majority of scientists now believe that most signs of aging are caused by sun exposure over a lifetime. Using a daily broad-spectrum sunscreen with the SPF of 15 or higher, maintaining a moisturizing skincare regimen, and keeping skin free of disease will slow the weakening of collagen and elastic fibers and help skin look younger, longer. Skin contains two types of duct glands that extract materials from the blood to form new substances. First, your sudoriferous or sweat glands excrete perspiration and detoxify the body by excreting excess salt and unwanted chemicals. They consist of a secretory coil, the coiled base of the sudoriferous gland, and a tube-like sweat duct that ends at the surface of the skin to form sweat pore. Particularly, all parts of the body are supplied with sudoriferous glands, which are more numerous on the palms of the hands, soles of the feet, the forehead, and the underarm or armpit. Regulate body temperatures and help eliminate waste products from the body. Sebaceous or oil glands consist of little sacs whose ducts open into hair follicles. They secrete sebum that lubricates the skin and preserves softness of hair. These glands are found everywhere on the body except the palms and soles. Sebum flows through oil ducts leading to the mouth of hair follicles. When it becomes hardened and the duct becomes clogged, a comedo is formed. And here are a couple of vocabulary words you'll see in your book. First, we have an open comedo. This is also known as a blackhead. Ordinarily, sebum flows through the oil ducts leading to the mouths of the hair follicles. When the sebum hardens and the duct becomes clogged, a pore impacted called an open comedone, also known as a blackhead, a hair follicle filled with dead keratinized cells and sebum is formed. A closed comedo, also known as a whitehead, is also filled with dead cells and sebum, but has a very small surface follicle opening and appears as a small white bump just under the skin surface. This type of lesion can lead to acne, a papule, or a pustule. Next, we have acne. Also known as acne vulgaris, is a skin disorder characterized by chronic inflammation of the sebaceous glands from retained secretions and bacteria known as Propionibacterium acnes, abbreviated as P. acnes, the technical term for acne bacteria. A papule, also known as a pimple, is a small elevation on the skin that contains no fluid but may develop pus. A pustule is a raised, inflamed papule with a white or yellow center containing pus in the top of the lesion, referred to as the head of the pimple. I want you to take a look at your skin in the mirror and see if there are any signs of acne, papules, or pustules. Of course, you want to make sure that you clean your face so you have a bare face, and you can see if you have a magnifying glass or a makeup mirror where it magnifies and has the light around it. You can look at those. Look at your pores to see if you have any open comedoes, closed comedoes. Take note in what your skin shows. There are 6 functions of the skin, and I have added pictures to represent each function. First, we have protection. The skin protects the body from injury and bacterial invasion. The outermost layer is covered with a thin layer of sebum and fatty lipids to make it waterproof, also known as the acid mantle. Our second function is sensation. The skin responds to heat, cold, touch, pressure, and pain. Heat regulation. The skin protects the body from the environment. As changes occur outside, the blood and sudoriferous glands of the skin make necessary adjustments to allow the body to be cooled by the evaporation of sweat. Number 4, we have excretion. Perspiration from the sudoriferous glands is excreted through the skin. Water loss through perspiration takes salt and other chemicals with it. Next we have secretion. Sebum is secreted by the sebaceous glands. This oil lubricates the skin, keeping it soft and pliable. Oil also keeps hair soft. Emotional stress, hormone imbalances can increase the flow of sebum. Our last function is absorption. Some ingredients can be absorbed by the outer layers of the skin, but very few ingredients can penetrate the epidermis. Small amounts of fatty materials, such as those used in many advanced skincare formulations, may be absorbed between the cells and through the hair follicles and sebaceous glands opening. However, cosmetic products are not formulated to penetrate the epidermis. Now we're going to talk about promoting healthy skin and nutrition. There are 6 classes of essential nutrients the body needs. The essential nutrients are obtained through eating and drinking. The body cannot make nutrients in sufficient amounts to sustain itself properly. Carbohydrates are needed for energy to run every function within the body. Fats are needed for many body functions, including hormones, sebum production, and absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. Proteins are important for building muscle and blood tissues and for cell repair and replacement. Vitamins are required for any body functions to occur. Minerals are used by cells to produce important biochemicals that have many body functions. Water makes up 50 to 70% of the body's weight and is necessary for virtually every function of the cells and body. Skin disorders, fatigue, stress, depression, and some diseases can be caused by an unhealthy diet and improper hydration. The USDA developed a special program to help people determine the amounts of food they need to eat from the 5 basic food groups. My Plate can be viewed at www.choosemyplate.com. Eating the recommended amounts of foods from the 5 basic food groups is the best way to support and maintain the health of skin. You want to eat a variety of foods, including grains, dairy, vegetables, protein foods, and fruits. Some dietary guidelines. You want to select a diet that is high in fresh fruits, vegetables, and grain products, and low in fats, saturated fat, and cholesterol. You want to eat moderate salt and sugar. Also, drink enough of water. If you divide your body weight by 2, that is how many ounces of water you should drink daily. You want to minimize your alcohol intake, exercise appropriately, and maintain or improve your body weight. Now we're going to talk about vitamins and dietary supplements. Vitamins play an important role in the skin's health, often aiding in healing and softening the skin and fighting diseases. There are 13 essential vitamins, A, C, D, E, K, and 8 B complex vitamins. Vitamins A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble vitamins found in fats and foods and can be stored in the body. Vitamins C and B are water soluble, meaning the body uses and loses them quickly, so they must be replenished regularly. Vitamin A supports overall health of skin and aids in the health, function, and repair of skin cells. It improves elasticity and thickness. Vitamin C is needed to repair skin and tissues. It accelerates skin's healing processes and can fight the aging process. It also promotes collagen in dermal tissues. Vitamin D enables the body to absorb and use calcium. It promotes rapid healing of skin. Vitamin E protects skin from harmful effects of the sun's UV light. Water in the skin. To function properly, the body relies heavily on the benefits of water. Water composes 50 to 70% of the body's weight. The amount of water needed by an individual varies depending on body weight and the level of daily physical activity. Water sustains the health of cells. It aids in elimination of toxins and waste, and it helps regulate body temperature. It also aids in proper digestion. So drink water, water, water. And if you see me drinking anything other than water, remind me to drink my water. And to sum up Chapter 7, the skin is the largest organ of the body, and it protects us from the environment, regulates body temperature, provides sensation, and can be affected quite easily by most salon services. Therefore, it is important that you know what products can penetrate the skin and what effects they will have on your clients. That concludes our Chapter 7 PowerPoint. If you would do your review questions in your chapter and also define your vocabulary, and then move along to Section 2.